Governments everywhere in the world are trying to stop the unfold of the deadly sickness, whereas scrambling for strategies to alleviate pressure on their economies, which are coping with a historic downturn with hundreds and hundreds pushed into unemployment. Paris, AFP. The number of coronavirus instances worldwide topped 4 million as quite a lot of the hardest hit nations readied Sunday to boost lockdown restrictions no matter concern a few second wave of infections. Despite the extraordinary political stress to reopen, nations are moreover desperate to avoid second waves of infections that may overwhelm healthcare methods, with reminders over the weekend of the menace posed by the virus. In the United States, media reported Saturday that the nation's prime infectious sickness skilled, Anthony Fauci, was amongst 3 members of the White House coronavirus course of strain who will self-isolate after potential publicity. Officials in France on Saturday said the day's dying toll of 80 was the underside since early April, whereas nursing home fatalities moreover fell sharply as a result of the nation prepared to sit back out curbs on public movement imposed 8 weeks previously. In Spain, about half the inhabitants shall be allowed out on Monday for restricted socialization, and consuming locations might be able to present some outdoor service as a result of the nation begins a phased transition set to last by the use of June. Belgium may also be easing some restrictions on Monday, and in some components of Germany, bars and consuming locations reopened on Saturday with extra easing set for Monday. In Britain, Prime Minister Boris Johnson is anticipated Sunday to place out a plan for the nation to emerge out of its current lockdown. Media experiences have steered that Britain may introduce an obligatory 14-day quarantine for worldwide arrivals to stop the unfold of the virus. Global monetary figures are pointing to most likely probably the most acute downturn in virtually a century, with firms pressured to shut and supply traces badly disrupted, and pressure is rising on leaders everywhere in the world to find a technique out as a result of the In the United States, the nation with the perfect dying toll and the place larger than 20 million people have misplaced their jobs, President Donald Trump has insisted that subsequent 12 months could possibly be phenomenal for the financial system, urging reopening whatever the virus, nonetheless claiming correctly over 1,000 lives every day inside the nation. The scale of the issue was launched in sharp focus over the weekend as US media reported that prime sickness skilled Anthony Fauci, who has developed to be the trusted face of the federal authorities' response to the pandemic, goes to self-isolate after potential publicity to a contaminated White House staffer. Fauci suggested CNN that he'll endure a modified quarantine as he had not been in shut proximity to the staffer, the neighborhood reported. President Trump has confronted sharp criticism from his predecessor Barack Obama, who said on a leaked tape that Trump's coping with the catastrophe was an absolute chaotic disaster. With people wearying of being indoors and beneath monetary pressure, anti-lockdown protests have been held in loads of nations in present weeks, with some demonstrators arguing that such restrictions violate their rights and others promoting conspiracy theories regarding the pandemic. Participants have been promoting loads of conspiracy theories, akin to linking 5G cell communications to the sickness. It is complete nonsense.